Amal and I work together with a number of clients across the board, but I think one thing that comes up more and more for us is estate planning. So today is very much an exploratory conversation in terms of common themes that we're seeing, issues that we come across, ways that we see they're mitigated, and importantly, where we add value to the clients. So to start off with, Amal, so are you seeing more clients come to you with inheritance tax issues?
Absolutely. So I'd say over the last 3-4 years, especially since the pandemic, we've seen clients actually take a real interest in their affairs and look at estate planning. So in that respect, we're seeing more and more clients actually speaking themselves about the subject, and then obviously coming to us looking for ways to plan effectively.
And what I always say on the planning side with estate planning is that actually compared to with a number of taxes that your clients will pay, our clients will pay, inheritance tax is, for want of a better word, an optional tax, in that there are ways in which this tax can be mitigated, and it's all about concentrating on the planning in the first instance and discussing and dismissing these different options for clients to understand, actually, do any of these resonate with you? Do any of them work for your circumstances? Because what works for one client might not work for another one.
Agreed. And then it is taking those approaches, looking at the family setup, and I guess the time we have to implement as well. It's always key that clients do come to us with sufficient time.
Yeah, I would say that a client who comes to you at 55 wanting to do estate planning is very different to the options available that if you come at 85. Clearly, we work together on clients. There is clear synergies between the tax side, the financial planning side, and the investment sides. So perhaps give us a rundown of how I work with clients on estate planning, how you work with clients on estate planning, and actually how we bring that together at Gerald Edelman to very much integrate a very much family office approach for those clients.
Absolutely. So the key clients we act for are your owner-managed businesses and your high net worth individuals. So with regards to the high net worth individuals, we take a view that you've got your assets, you've got your estate. It's the ambitions and what they want to leave to the next generation. So taking that long-term view of asset protection, looking at the children, and just planning the steps ahead.
I think that dovetails beautifully in terms of when we talk to clients, it's very much about those exact same things. It's the objectives. So I think from my side, how I typically start these conversations with clients is very much in the first instance, A, what are those objectives? But then B is trying to quantify what is the inheritance tax, but not just now, as in what we do with clients is very much cash flow planning. So in terms of where are you now and where are you potentially going to get to? Because just because you might have an inheritance tax issue today, actually, given your expenditure requirements, given potential stress tests like long-term care, if you need to spend 3, 4, 5 years in long-term care, actually the amount that you have in your estate at the end might be a lot less. So it's very much saying, well, where are you now? Where are you going to get to? And I think, and it's something I've heard you typically talk about with clients as well, is the options that are available to you without prejudicing your own financial security, because actually making sure that you can achieve everything that you want to do without being in a point where you've given too much away and then trying to get that back because suddenly you're 95 years old, you're in a care home and the water in the well has proverbially run dry. So making sure that you're not doing anything that prejudices your own financial security is very important.
So once we understand from the client yourself the objectives, we then take a series of tools, depending on the situation, that we can implement for the client.
If anything that we've talked about today has resonated with you, we would be very happy to have an exploratory conversation to discuss where we can add value to your circumstances.